Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, Addison, whatever time you're listening, and thank you for joining us for our ASD Chat for All podcast. We have lots of fun and exciting things on the horizon for Addison School District 4, and this podcast allows us the opportunity to connect with our parents and guardians, families, and community to celebrate our students, their accomplishments, and so much more. Your hosts for this podcast are ASD4 Superintendent Dr. Nick Sutton and myself, Dean Constantopoulos. You interested in hearing more about what's going on in District 4? Come on in and have a chat. Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for joining us again for another episode of our ASD Chat for All podcast. My name is Dean Constantopoulos. I'll be one of your hosts this afternoon, and I'm joined by my co-host, Dr. Nick Sutton. Nick, how are we doing today?
I'm doing well. You know, it is finally definitely cold out. You can see that there is definitely a difference because people walk very quickly in the mornings now from their cars in the parking lot. Like, I've noticed it, so here we are, but nonetheless, I'm doing well.
Awesome. Great to hear. And, you know, I'm not a huge fan of how cold it is, but
here we are.
It's just part of part of the Midwest experience. You know what I mean? It's part of the fun. Now, that being said, we have an amazing guest with us.
We do. Who we have here today?
So we have Jen Angiulo. She is the administrative assistant at Stone Elementary School. Jen, welcome. How are you?
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I'm doing great. Thank you, Dean.
Excellent.
Thank you, Dr. Sutton.
Well, it's
happy to be here.
Fantastic. It's great to have you here. Now, to just jump right in, we know who you are, but just for anybody listening who is not aware, tell us, who are you, how long have you been in the district, and just a little bit about yourself.
Sure. My name is Jen Angiulo. I am the Stone School Secretary. I've been in that position since 2020, fall of 2020. Before that, I started as the librarian in 2016. Mm-hmm. And then before that, I was a parent, PTA helper, when my kids started in the district in 2011. So
cool.
Been here a long time.
So first thing I picked up right there was starting in 2020.
That's where my brain went. There's lots of follow-up questions.
Yes, exactly. So we'll hop right into that. But I'm sure that was an interesting time, for sure.
It was.
So I know, as a former principal, and it's okay for you to acknowledge, school secretaries truly do run the building, so rest assured that all principals know that. So
okay.
It is, because there's just so many responsibilities that you have. So, like, I know this is going to be a hard question to answer. What's a usual day for you over at Stone? For any parents out there listening that are like, man, I guess I never really thought of it. Oh, man, because I know. So what is a usual day, if there's such a thing?
A usual day for me honestly starts with attendance for our staff, making sure that if any of our teachers are out, that we have coverage. If any of our paras are out, that the teachers know that their para is out, because some of them, are one-to-one paras, so it's nice to make sure we have all hands on deck.
Right.
So that probably takes up a good portion of my morning. Some fun things that happen sometimes is when Mrs. Villalobos isn't around, I get to do the pledge with the kids. So it's nice to see them come in. We've started doing it in person again with them. We used to, during COVID times, I was recording Mrs. Villalobos and she was playing it on video. So it's nice to see the students back in the office. So
that's really cool.
Fun.
So just for anybody that's listening, like, the very first thing you're doing in the day is making sure that our staff and our students are set up for success.
Correct.
right in the first part of the day. So, like, you are a huge part of really what makes the school run effectively and make sure that everybody's communicating with each other. So that's incredible. That's really good to know.
Yes, it can be hectic at times. There are certain days of the week that are maybe not my favorite, but you just figure
We're all
it out.
human.
Exactly.
You just figure it out, and I'm just always more concerned that we have people where they need to go, and we have wonderful subs in our district that come and help us out. So it's been great.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much for that. So I know that you said that you had spent some time as the Stone librarian.
I did.
And you are obviously a parent as well in the district. So what is it about Stone in particular that makes that school so special? Like, what is it about Stone that has kept you there? And then what made you want to become the Stone School Secretary in the first place?
Well, I guess I would start back when my kids were in kindergarten. I loved it. I was early on, I don't know if it was kindergarten or first grade, I became like a lead PTA parent.
Oh,
so
cool.
I was always involved with our PTA. At one point, I was on the PTA as the treasurer for 2 years with a wonderful group of ladies that we ran the PTA. And then after my kids were in fourth grade. I have twin boys that are now juniors at the high school.
Oh, cool.
I was like, you're going to have to find me a desk here. I'm not sure how I'm going to
Oh, that's cool. That's a good answer.
So I applied for the librarian position. At that time, it was open, and I got it, and I loved the library, to be honest.
Yeah.
I loved being the librarian. And I was that since 2016 to fall of 2020. And then once our current secretary, Julie Coons, moved over here to the DO district office, I applied for the school secretary. And at that time, it was just a different year. We were on Zoom. You know, it was just different. I really missed the kids and seeing them in library. So it was just time for a change.
Cool.
So I applied, and here we are.
You definitely did start at a unique time,
Yes.
but
Yes.
so that cannot be
Yes.
lost upon anybody, because I cannot stress that enough. But so as somebody who has such an important role, you take all these calls, you meet families, you plan for events, you really have a unique perspective about the school and the community. For anybody out there listening, what is something that you just want them to know of what you can do to help them that you have within your role? What if there is one takeaway that you want for any Stone family member out there to know about you and what you do there every day, what would you like it to be?
Well, to be honest, I just care. I care about the kids.
What a great answer.
I care about
Exactly.
families. I do. I love it. That's why I'm glad that I still get to see a lot of the kids that I had when I was the librarian.
Yeah.
So it's nice to still see them and not having necessarily a bond with them as much as I did in years past, but now I have the bond with their families, and I love when I can pick up the phone and say, hello, and we're first name basis with some of the families. So I love that.
That is awesome, and that definitely just even comes through just talking to you here. So
Absolutely.
I see it. And so I guess my follow-up question will be, I sometimes ask teachers this and principals this, and they give answers relative to their perspective. Within your role, what's the best advice that you have for any family out there for their kid to be successful? Because every family wants their own kiddo to do well. And so if any family member out there was like, I'd be really curious, what answer would she give? What would be your advice?
Communication with the teacher,
Awesome.
communication with the school. And don't be afraid to call, even if it's something minor. We're here to listen to you and get the problem, if there is one, resolved. And that's also me speaking as a parent. You know, sometimes you don't want to be that parent to call, but I think sometimes a phone call is needed. And that would be my best advice. Get involved with our PTA. We have a wonderful PTA at Stone. Absolutely wonderful. Get involved with helping the teachers, or just lean and see if there's anything you could do for them. We have a great staff there. Love working there. Completely love working there.
Man,
Thank
what
you
an
so-
answer.
I know, that's awesome. And so I hope anybody listening, if they had any reservations about maybe making a call to the school, if they have questions or anything like that, I hope this alleviates all worry, because this is Stone is clearly a school, and all the schools in the district, but because we're talking about Stone right now, this is clearly a school that you can reach out to with any kind of questions or concerns in kind of a safe environment. So.
Correct.
Piggybacking off of that, parents want to have questions, they want to reach out to you, and they want to know the best way to get in contact with you. What would be the best way to reach out?
The best way to reach out to me is through email. So my email address is jangiulo at asd4.com.
Perfect.
Oh,
Excellent.
No, it's not work.
Hey, we're all human.
That's it.
ASD4.org.
Yeah.
We're all human. So any
Exactly.
parent out there knows that we realize that as well. Dino,
Exactly.
if anybody wants to reach out to you, what's the easiest way?
Easiest way is probably going to be through Twitter, actually. Our handle is at AddisonSD4. Dr. Sutton, how about you?
I have no problem with the school email. I just know that I get a lot of it. But I will be looking for it for
Right.
anybody out there in Sutton at asd4.org. But I love Twitter as well. At Dr. Nick Sutton is an easy place to find me.
Awesome. Well, Jen, thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you so much for having me. It's
my
been
gosh.
wonderful.
Yeah,
Thank you, Dean.
it was great.
Thank you, Dr. Sutton.
And you know what? And for everybody listening, I hope you really got a lot of insight out of this for all of the amazing things that are going on at Stone School. And so for everybody listening, stay tuned for next time. Thank you for tuning in to our ASD Chat for All podcast. Check us out at www.asd4.org, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts for more. We'll be back soon with another episode, so stay tuned.